We have the wife in the garden watering the plants, right? And on the first floor, right above her, on the porch, sits the husband reading the newspaper. Now the wife says, "What? Okay." Now the wife says, "My God, you're such a lazy man. एक जगह पे आओ भाई. You're such a lazy man. Anyway, you're such a lazy man. I wonder how will you do, or what sort of a life would you lead after retirement?" And the man says, "My God, retirement? I should die before my retirement so that I get rid of you." And to that, the wife laughs because she finds it funny. Of course, for the devil, everything is a comedy. Now, on a commonsensical reading of the situation, it would seem that the husband really is annoyed by the wife, and why would he want to stay another 30 years with her? He cannot bear it. That is why he's complaining. Oh, well, I just wish you die. I mean, of course, some men use it to perform a very weird sort of a romance where they deride their own marriage. My God, don't get married. No, no scope. So sad. Everything shit. But then those bloody potbelly motherfuckers. I was not supposed to curse in these videos and in these videos, but it is those potbelly bastards who are the most happiest. Somehow it just happens, but they're the ones who deride the marriage, the idea of the marriage the most. Now that's another thing. But this, I would say, is a very naive misreading of the situation rather than the correct reading, falling clearly in the scope of common sense. Because interestingly, what is happening here is that the precise utterance made by the husband, where he says, "Oh well, this woman is the bane of my existence, I cannot live with her, I would rather die," is what is not making him die. When he says, "I cannot stay with you for another 30 years, I would die sooner than spend those 30 years," it's not that, oh, all right, now he'll die. It is precisely him saying, "I cannot live with you for another 30 years. That is the very precondition, in a sense, for making him bear this woman for the 30 years. It has the same structure of, say, when your girlfriend, which of course you do not have, I don't know why I did this, you might do, I don't know, of course you're the cool kid, that is why you're watching this. Your girlfriend might say something like, "Well, my dog died and I'm so sad and everyone is so bad, no one seems to empathize with me and no one seems to care and this and that." Well, all right, so she's complaining. Now if someone is complaining in this situation, men typically, right, the center of logos, they think, right, some solution. Oh yes, you know what, I need to build a revivinator to raise the dead dog from the grave, or if it is cremated, from the ashes. I don't know how is that even scientifically and logistically possible, but yes, we are going to do that, and this is what I'm going to do. That is what the man is thinking. But what is it that the partner, the male, is what you are really supposed to think? It is that, oh, all right, I'm just here to comfort you. But when you do this, you recognize the fact that this whole act of complaining, "My God, the world is so bad and they do not care about my dog dying," and all of that, you recognize that this does not have some other purpose. The complaining is not really being done for something that is complained about. It's really just the complaining that is important. The screen went black. That is what is really important. The complaining is for the sake of complaining. And here, it is even more interesting in the case of the husband and the wife. It's like, well, when you have a friend and perhaps they're romantically engaged with some person and they have a big fight, and this friend of yours is like, "My God, this woman is so stupid. Women are so stupid. I just cannot, you know what, I'm gay. I love you, my friend. I do not wish to be with women. They're completely stupid." He's like, all right, I cannot be with this girl. Does this mean that he really does not, does this mean the day after that he'll really break up with this girl and, just ask you for dick? That's not going to happen. No. It is precisely by complaining about the fact that she's so annoying and so stupid, is he going to safeguard his relationship. is he going to bear that person? It is by complaining about it. My mother often, whenever, if I'm even a, what were those pecto, hecto, like small units of seconds. Even if 10 to the power minus ninth second late on the dinner table, she's like, no one cares about me. I'm here in this heat cooking food and all of that. Now, it's not like she's complaining. She's doing that complaining for some purpose. The complaining is just for the sake of complaining. You're just supposed to listen to it. You cannot say anything to it. After a point of time in the household, you learn these rules. That, all right, I'm eating and there are voices, and I, just like a robot, I'm supposed to hear this so that she calms down. So in a way, complaining is an act of catharsis here. Precisely in this way, when the husband says, oh well, I might as well die, I don't wish to live, it's like he's doing it for the sake of complaining so that he may be able to bear the wife for another 30 years. Now, all utterances, they have certain meanings, don't they? This is the basic lesson that we get from psychoanalysis. Every utterance means something else. If the woman says, I'm not angry, not at all, good night. No, you're not supposed to assume that she's not angry. No, she is angry. It's like this reversal. But what happens here is the statement, oh, this woman is the bane of my existence. I do not wish to live with her for another 30 years. I might as well die. By saying this, by uttering this, it seems the statement does the opposite of what it set out to originally do. That is, oh, I cannot live with this woman. But precisely by saying that I cannot live with this woman, now I can. You see, it's like this predefining, this preconditioning of some sort, where if you cannot complain, then then things are really, really wrong. So at breaking points, what happens in friendships? Until things are good, they weirdly seem not good, perhaps to other people, because you're constantly complaining and arguing. But things really get bad when the other person presents to you nothing but silence. They do not complain. Oh, why did you do this or that? They're just silent. Women are even more clever. Even when that breaking point has not reached, they act that way. Just silent treatment. Oh yes. My God, I'm so fucking stupid. What did I do this time? I don't even wish to get into it. The whole matrix of possibilities of what could go wrong and what possible things could piss the woman off. And this is why, weirdly, you'll see either when people are together, romantically involved with one another, they're either very healthy or they seem to be extremely toxic and still going strong. Now, they seem to be extremely toxic and still going strong because they openly do this sort of cathartic, or, well, whatever the pronunciation is, complaining, right? And they declare it to the world. But precisely by doing that complaining is sustaining their romantic endeavor. I don't like the word relationship, so I'm trying to use synonyms. But that is what is interesting about the utterance. Retirement? What sort of retirement? I would like to die before I retire because I cannot bear you. It is precisely the statement that claims that the person cannot bear this other person, that they now can bear the other person as an effect of this statement, which was intended to communicate the fact that, oh, I cannot bear you, but now I can. Is there something to add here? No, there is nothing to add here. No, I'm very sleepy. Bye. I hope you found this interesting, by the way.